what a mess.
At least the house is still standing.
Not for long. Surveyor reckons there's that much structural damage you just have to sneeze inside and it'll all fall down.
Insurance money will cover it, though, eh?
What insurance? When they hear we've had Yorkshire's Answered and Nazza working in the barn, they won't pay us a penny.
Try and look on the bright side, Lisa. There's always a place for you with me. I know it might not be how we would have wanted it, but at least we can be together now.
Hey, what about Barry? How long's he going to be in hospital for?
I don't know. He's getting a lot of pain in his back. And he's got to come to terms with the end of his dream. Years he's been working on that rocket.
Oh, you've got to feel sorry for him, really, haven't you?
Maybe. But there's nothing to keep him round here now.
Look, Dad, I know you've had a lot to cope with, but the holiday village is opening soon and we're seriously behind schedule.
Detective Inspector Cook wants to interview some of the staff again.
The staff have got work to be getting on with.
Talk to whoever you want to. I want this sorted out as much as you do.
Thank you, Mr. Tate.
Oh, there's a minor matter you might be able to throw some light on. Mrs. Tate's car, the one we pulled out of the water, apparently it was in the garage a few weeks before, having a new windscreen fitted and some bodywork repairs.
So?
So the mechanic thought it looked like someone had smashed it up. Criminal damage.
It's an internal matter. It's been sorted.
How was the second honeymoon?
Absolutely marvellous.
We had a great time. I think we ought to do it every year. Don't expect these two to understand what you're talking about. They think being in love's a crime.
What's criminal will be the size of my phone bill by the time you've finished speaking to Tom every night.
See what I mean? How is he getting on in Wales, Kelly? Seems to be settling into the new job. As soon as he finds somewhere for us to live, I'll be going to join him.
Well, never mind about Wales. You want to get back to school. That's the most important thing.
That's £4.30, please. Sorry about Vic. He still seems to think he can tell his little girl what's best for her.
Come on.
Cheers, Vic.
Cheers.
See you, Vic.
I don't need you to apologise to the customers for me, and I'm entitled to expect a bit of backing on this.
You're going about it all wrong, Vic. All you're doing is driving her away.
You'll be in line for managing director soon. You get all the important jobs around here.
Aye, well, we can't all be high flyers. What do you do?
As little as possible. Works against my religion.
Right. Well, it's not so bad if your parents can bankroll you, is it?
Well, she's not exactly Richard Branson, but I can usually scrounge enough off her.
Come on, Charlie. We'll cut across the fields. It's prettier that way.
Just need to cure her of a healthy walk syndrome. She was born around here, thinks the countryside's beautiful.
I take it you don't, then.
Well, you've seen one squash hedgehog, you've seen them all.
I'll see you around.
Mr. Glover,
Yeah?
I need to ask you a few more questions.
Right.
Did you make the cakes?
Yeah, I can get your recipes to line.
Well, thank you. I was wondering if you could make a wedding cake for us. We'll need someone to do the catering, won't we, Eric?
Oh, yes. Nothing too fancy, of course. It's only going to be a small wedding.
The whole village has been talking about you since you announced your engagement. Your family not coming over for it?
No, unfortunately, finances are a bit tight. Just close friends only.
Well, in your case, that'll take it down to single figures.
She's still entitled to a proper wedding day, though.
And we'll make sure she gets one.
Short arms, long pockets.
I think the best advice we could give her about this wedding is not to go through with it.
So you smashed Mrs. Tate's windscreen because you blamed her for your brother's death?
I was upset. I were angry.
I see. Did you find any other way of taking your anger out on her?
Hey?
Can't imagine you were sad to see her go in the circumstances.
Look, after I smashed that window screen, I had a chat with her and she told me her side of the story. She says that our Dave were going to leave Kathy. It's his wife. Just to run off with her baby.
And did you believe that?
She did love our Dave in her own little way, you know. I mean, she must have done. She'd never been ready to leave all this lot behind, would she?
How do you think Mr. Tate reacted to what happened?
I think you'll have to ask him about that.
Very diplomatic. Frank Tate expects loyalty, doesn't he? I believe he's been known to sack people who've spoken out against him.
Yeah?
So it's safe to assume he'd have been pretty angry about his wife's behaviour. Especially if she were telling people his son wasn't really his after all.
Well, that's all of it then. Aye. Ready to go?
Aye, I guess so.
Not sound too sure.
I put a lot into this place, Zach. Years of work. Built up a thriving business. Now it's all gone. Just like Barry's dreams.
What about me? I mean, I could have been an astronaut. An hero.
Dream on, kid. Hey, come on, there's no point dwelling on the past when there's better times to come, eh? We can build up a new business, together, at my place. We can do anything you want.
Aye. Well, let's steer clear of jet propulsion in future.
This situation's really intolerable. I mean, the police seem to be here all the time. They're questioning the staff, making insinuations. I mean, how are we supposed to get on with any work?
They're just doing their job.
I call it harassment. Can't you have a word with someone? Get them called off?
No. And I wouldn't if I could. It might make people think we had something to hide.
I just don't understand it. Surely it's obvious that Kim's death was an accident.
That is for the police to decide.
That inspector's talking to Seth now.
It is quite clear what she's up to. She's trying to drag as much dirt up as she can. And I'm sure our loyal employees will only be too pleased to oblige.
Frankly, I think you've got more important things to worry about. But the Inland Revenue and the hijack case aren't just going to fade away.
So you can confirm Roy Glover's statement?
Aye. Kim came to see him. I was a bit worried about leaving him alone in view of what had happened. But by the time I got back, they seemed to have settled the differences.
Did that surprise you, considering how angry he was?
No, not really. A remarkable woman, Kim Tate. Seemed to manage to get blokes to see her point of view.
So I've heard. She'd had an affair before, I believe.
They couldn't live together and they couldn't live apart. That's the way I saw it.
Bit of a philosopher, are you, Mr. Armstrong?
I like to know what makes people tick, if that's what you mean.
Having worked here so long, you must know Frank Tate better than most. Not a man to be crossed by all accounts.
He's used to getting his own way. He don't like losing.
So if somebody crossed him twice, they'd be in real trouble.
So, you want at family now, thanks to the exploding rocket.
Explosive day for you too. Them blokes must have shook you up a bit.
They scared me. Yeah. Take it man out again tomorrow.
Yeah, good for you. Might be an idea to take some muscle with you though, in case they try it again.
Couldn't get the SAS, I've had to settle for Butch and Marlon.
Now, that is everything in. Hey, you want me to carry across the threshold?
Don't be daft.
Well, I just want everything to be how you'd like it. Maybe you lot could give me at least a bit of time alone, so that I can make her welcome.
We can take it.
Good, because I've got plenty of things to keep you busy. Right. Now, you two will be riding shotgun tomorrow in the munchbox, yeah?
Ah, yeah. Good thinking. Me and Butch will soon teach them thugs a lesson.
Yeah, they'll probably die laughing. But in the meantime, I want this place cleared top to bottom.
I'm not sure if your father has grasped the seriousness of the situation.
He's been very withdrawn since Kim's body was found. It's obviously upset him a lot.
Well, call me on my mobile if there are any new developments. Bye.
Thanks.
Just leave Dad to me.
It's the post-mortem today.
Yes.
Whatever I thought about Kim, I can't bear to think of her lying on a slab. Some pathologist to cut up and discuss.
Come on, Dad. You've got to stop thinking about it. You're letting it all get on top of you. Maybe you should go away.
I've got nowhere to go.
Zoe's right. You need a break. A chance to clear your mind. I think it'd help if I ran the business from her.
Sorry to intrude.
What now?
I need to ask Miss Tate a few more questions. Perhaps we could go somewhere private?
Zach?
Eh? I know, you've just had your business blown up. But I can't think of a better way to take your mind off it. I told you we didn't want to be interrupted!
Well, I'm sorry, Dad, but I think you better come outside.
Careful, any sudden move could put me back out again. Pay the cab, will you, Zach?
Oh, don't forget to give him a tip.
You what?
What happened, Barry?
Oh, I couldn't stay in that hospital a moment longer, so I discharged myself.
Are you sure that was wise?
Of course it's not. He needs treatment. Take him back.
Hey, you'll set me off in spasm again. I'm suffering from post-traumatic shock syndrome. I need to be near people who love me.
Don't worry, Barry. We'll look after you.
I knew I could rely on you, Lisa.
Pay the cab.
Hey, you can't sit there.
What are you talking about?
Well, that's my dad's place. He don't like no one else sitting there. It's his throne.
Hey, I don't want to be any trouble.
Sit down. You're a sick man. You need it more than he does.
What is going on? Hey, you can't stay here, no?
You can't be so careless as to turn an injured man away.
It's your fault I'm sick and homeless.
Hey?
15 years' work down the drain. Not to mention millions of pounds.
Oh, he's right, Uncle Zach. We do owe him.
Well, maybe, but it's just not practical. There's nowhere for him to sleep.
You can have our room.
What?
Nice big double bed, Barry. You can stretch yourself out on that. We'll have you right in a month or two.
I'd like you to tell me what you can remember of the evening of the 5th of February. The last time Kim Tate was seen alive. I believe there was a board meeting of Home Farm Estates that night.
Yes, that's right.
Were all the directors present?
Yes, and Thomas Molyneux, the company secretary.
And what was the subject of this meeting?
I don't see how that's relevant to Kim's death.
Oh, with respect, Miss Tate, that's not for you to decide.
We talked about the ongoing Inland Revenue investigation of the company.
Talked or argued?
Well, board meetings are usually a mixture of both.
Your father's made no secret of the fact that he thought his wife had given information to the revenue. Did he accuse her of this at that meeting?
Yes.
And what was her response?
She denied it. She said it could have been any one of us, that we'd all stab him in the back, given the chance.
And what happened then? Miss Tate?
Dad and Kim wouldn't stop arguing, so Chris and I decided to abandon the meeting and leave them to it, and I went to the Woolpack with Sophie, James's nanny.
And Chris?
Well, he went home to his son, Joseph.
So, Kim and your father were left alone here to fight it out. And that was the night she disappeared.
Your brother looks as if he got himself a new young lady.
Oh, well, I might just have to go and introduce myself.
No, I think he'd rather be left on his own with her, don't you?
Hey, he's played gooseberry with us enough times.
All right, I'll get the drinks in then.
Hello, little brother. Who's your new friend?
She's Charlie. Charlie Kent.
Hi. Hi, I'm Linda. Has Roy been showing you all the sights then?
Yeah, I've watched him clean drains, but that was more exciting than this place.
Right, that'll be £3.29, please, Biff.
Cheers.
Biff, we've got a little poker school running tomorrow night. You interested?
Interested but broke.
Stakes would be low, and you might get the opportunity of making a few bob. Think about it.
Right. Cheers.
I thought you said this was a serious money game. It is, but if you don't invite a few mug punters, who are we going to clean out?
Is Zoe still up at home farm, sir?
I am. Looks like I've been there a while, I reckon.
I hope not. I've had to make excuses to clients for her all morning.
Poor lass looks worried sick. Place is crawling with coppers.
Aye, and that looks like press sniffing after the same thing.
What did she ask you about?
Board meeting mostly, and the row afterwards.
She knew about that.
I told her. I didn't see any point in lying.
You did what?
Zoe's right. There are plenty of people who would testify that me and Kim were at loggerheads. We tried to pretend any different. Think we've got something to hide.
I wish you'd both let me handle this.
Wouldn't make any difference, Chris. It's all closing in on me. And there's nothing anyone can do about it.
There's Tom on the phone.
Well, I suppose that means he was paying for the call, so I should be grateful.
He's coming back for the weekend. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I know how much you've both been missing each other.
I said he could stay here.
You what?
Well, he can't go to Betty's anymore, and at least it means we can spend some more time together.
Well, I think you should have asked me first, don't you?
If you're going to make a fuss about it, I'll go to Wales instead.
There's no need to do that, Kelly. I'm sure Tom will be welcome here.
Dad?
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose it'll be okay.
Oh, thanks. I'm so excited. Oh, my God, must look a mess.
Look, you're just going to have to get used to him, Vic, or she'll never forgive you.
All right, I've said he can stay. Oi! He's going to sleep on the sofa, otherwise the deal's off.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry if it's inconvenient for you, but Miss Tate's had a death in the family, and we've had to rearrange a lot of her appointments. So, can I get back to you? Can I fix a new time? OK, then, bye. I'm glad you're back. It's been like that all day.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm not stopping. I've just come to collect a few things.
Well, can we start arranging some appointments for tomorrow? We've got a lot of catching up to do, Zoe.
Maybe you should call Paddy and see if he'll cover for me again. I'm not sure when I'll be able to get back to work.
Are you OK?
Yes. Yes, it's Dad I'm worried about. I just feel I ought to be there to help him through it.
My feet are killing me.
We've been tramping round for hours.
Oh, you've been house hunting? Yes. Haven't found anything suitable yet. There's a sweet cottage across the road. Too small for us, but it'd be perfect for a couple.
Yes, I know it.
She was going to move in there, you see, with her husband. Only he got killed in a fire.
Oh, dear. I suppose I'd rather put my foot in it, then.
Well, you weren't to know, were you? So, you're going to be moving here soon, then? Just the four of you?
No, my husband will be joining us later.
Well, if there's anything you need to know about the village, don't be afraid to ask. I'm always happy to help strangers.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was born round here. Of course, it was called Beckendale then. I expect a lot of things have changed.
Aye, and most of them not for the best. But we still got the dales and the good country air. Always much healthier for children than all them discos and night raves that they have in the town.
Well, that's how we see it.
You say nothing. If anyone approaches you, you tell me. I'll have them ejected for trespassing.
OK, Chris.
The press are sniffing round again.
Oh, well, I suppose we could have expected that. Look, Chris, I've decided to move back in again. I'm putting a locum in at work.
That's really not necessary. I can handle things.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop me worrying about Dad. He needs looking after.
Yes? Oh, you're back. Well, perhaps you can tell your men to remove the press pack from our land. They've no right to be there.
I'll mention it, sir. But I'm more interested in finding your father. Any idea where he is?
He's taken James for a walk. It should be in the grounds somewhere.
Thank you. Have you had the post-mortem results yet?
Yes, Miss Tate.
Are you all right, Mr. Tates?
No, really.
Out I can do.
Not unless you can turn the clock back, Seth. I was thinking about Kim and David.
That's all water under the bridge now. They're both gone.
Of course. You knew all about it before I did. Seems like everybody did. Probably thought I was daft marrying her the second time anyway.
But it's not going to help you now, brooding about it.
I really loved her, Seth. I thought she was the one person I could trust.
And she never wanted it to turn out like this either.
I gave her everything. But in the end, all she wanted was to destroy me.
Come on, darling, drink up. Want to get changed for the wine bar?
Of course. Now we're engaged, I want to make sure our business is successful.
Hey, Eric, are we still on for tomorrow night, then? Oh, yes, you can count on it. Oh, Steve wants to be dealt in.
Oh, great. Means there'll be some serious money round the table.
What?
I mean, Biff's not exactly loaded, is he?
See ya.
See ya.
So Paddy's coming back then? Well, it's good news, 'cause he's a good laugh, isn't he?
Yeah, at least it'll stop the clients moaning at me.
Yeah, they probably sent profits up in here and all. He likes his beer.
Well, we'll be seeing a lot of him then. Looks like we're not going to be allowed in the house now in the evenings.
Zach doesn't want us cramping his style with Lisa.
I think that's quite romantic.
Yeah, but a second honeymoon's all right for you two, but for them, it's disgusting.
Are you sure he's not swinging the lead?
He's a sick man, Zach. He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah, well, I just get the feeling he doesn't want to let you go.
Forget about Barry. He's safely tucked up in bed. The kids are down the pub. There's just you and me.
Aye. Well, let's make the most of it, eh? Ignore him.
I can't. He might be in real pain.
He will be when I've finished with him.
Oh, don't be like that, Zach. He might just want an aspirin. I'll be back down when I've got him settled.
I think you'd better take the baby. As I said, we've had the results of the post-mortem. Frank Tate, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Kim Tate. What? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.